Hello, Sal Bonavita here. In this video I'm going to continue the lesson on variations on Alegrias Escobilla. This lesson is focused on melodic fills for the counts of 7, 8, 9, and what I just played was variation 8. Just to recap, in part 1 I covered the basic melody, which was this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That was compass 1. There's 2 compasses. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So in part 1 we covered variations on how to play the basic melody. You could play it like this, for example. I go into great detail in part 1, so go back and watch that if you don't know what I'm talking about. In part 2, I'm going to use a basic variation, which is this: the thumb and the index finger, which I think is part example 1 of how to play the basic melody. So for the most part in this lesson, part 2, I will be using that pattern: thumb and index finger. So let's go through these variations one at a time. First of all, I'll play it each variation at normal speed and then slow it down. And so what we're talking about here in the counts of 7, 8 and 9, we're going to fill those counts in with some melodic, melodies. And it lends itself again to the concept of question and answer, as I explained in part 1. Let's just play variation 1 at normal speed and I'll show you what I'm talking about. The 7, 8, 9 in compass 1 was this, and 7, 8, 9 in compass 2 was this. Can you hear the difference? One's a kind of a question, and the other one's a kind of a response, an answer. So that's what I mean. So enough of that. So let's go through it slowly and I'll count it with the basic pattern: thumb and index finger. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's move on to variation 2. Okay, this is just I and M alternation. Slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Variation 3. A little bit slower and I'll count it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, variation 4. The 10, 11, 12 you'll notice is a little bit different from this standard pattern here that I've been using. Instead of that I did this. And the reason is because the alternating picado here finishes on I and not the P. You could do it, but it's very hard with the P. Better to do it like this. Just one more variation. Okay, let's go through that variation 4 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Variation 5. Once again, I did the variation, the 10, 11, 12 in compass 2 like this, with a finger, and then added the thumb. So let's go through variation 5 slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Variation 6. Slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now I've got to say the variations that I'm using for 7, 8, 9, I've chosen them as pairs, melodic pairs. For example, in variation 6, it's and they kind of fit together like twins, two sides of the same coin. But that's not to stop you from, say, taking the 7, 8, 9 from compass 2 in variation 5 and shoving it in the variation 6 instead. You know, you can mix and match, experiment, make up your own, vary it. It doesn't matter. I've just chosen these melodic patterns as pairs because they sound alike and they fit together like twins. But there's nothing stopping you from mixing and matching any of the 7, 8, 9s from, say, the second compass in any of these variations, and sort of mixing them up and combining them and see how they sound to you. It's all about how they sound to you and how musical they are. You'll get used to that, and if they sound good to you, then just play it and see what happens until somebody says that sounds like rubbish. But hey, use your imagination. Nothing is set in stone here. That's the whole idea of these variations and the variations in part 1. So that was variation 6. Let's move on to variation 7. slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Whoa, that's hard to count. Okay, what we got here in measure 50, which is the 4, 5, 6 count of compass 1, we've got. So if you left out those 3 notes there, the anacrusis, which comes before the beat, it would sound like this. Anyway, I've made a whole video on this sort of rapid alternating picado, so go and check that out if you wish. Just keep working on this. If you want to leave those 3 initial notes out, they're just leading in to beat 7. Where are we? 4, 5, 6, 7. Just leave those. Just leave that out if you wish, and just play this instead of this. Play this. These 3 notes, you'll just have to manage. I'm getting mixed up here. Okay, all I'm saying is those rapid notes, if you find variation 7 hard, just leave it out. Or leave the anacrusis, the 3 notes before the beat, just leave that out and just play 1 note. Instead of this, play this. Okay, enough. Variation 8. And now slower. By the way, I've chosen in this variation 8, I've chosen to play the pattern in example 5 from part 1 video, just because I can, just to be different. So the instead of this, it just suits this particular one. And now and now slower. In compass 2, we've got this. This arpeggio pattern normally covers 4 strings: the D string, the E string, the B string, and the G string. That's okay when you're playing the bass on the E and the bass on the F sharp. But on the third one, you've got the bass on the G sharp on the 3rd string. So we got the thumb on the 3rd string, and then so we've got that is repeated with a thumb, and then that G sharp again is repeated with a thumb. It's something to get used to. If you're not used to it, we're just playing a 4-string arpeggio with 3 strings, basically, just with the G sharp, or the first finger on the G sharp, just playing the top 3 strings, thumb, and then the normal 3 finger pattern there. So if you're not used to that, good exercise. So from the beginning of compass 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Variation 9. Slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Variation 10. Slower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's it. If you like this, hit like, please, and subscribe if you want. That's it for this particular lesson in 2 parts. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video for sure. See you later.